There we go.
All right. Welcome to DCT.
Episode 59. Hi, Ben.
Hi.
How's it going, buddy? We had a pretty crazy last 48 hours, didn't we?
I'm tired.
Yeah. It's been very exhausting.
Yeah. Fun, but exhausting.
Yeah, alcohol will do that to an old man. But
I don't drink, so.
Oh, you're right. Gag me with a spoon. I want to give a quick shout out before we get into our episode today. We're not going to go over a whole lot of variety today. We're kind of locking in on a couple of things.
Yeah.
But I wanted to give a quick shout out to the Nats. Unfortunately, they didn't sweep the Giants, but they did split with the Pirates, which was amazing. And yeah. I don't know what that first game was. I don't like to think about that first game of that series. But splitting with the Pirates, taking 1 of 3 at home against the Giants is kind of unsatisfactory. But at the same time, Mikko got a win.
What are you going to do?
Mikko got the win for us, which out of all 3 of the pitchers, I did not think there was a chance.
I would have thought.
And his ERA has dipped below 10, so sound the alarm.
We're winning the World Series.
We're going all the way. Mackenzie who. So, we're going to start off this episode. We're doing 2 big segments today. First one being hockey playoffs. I said this last week, and we're going to do it this week, and we're doing it this week. First, I'm going to go over the matchups. We have Carolina-Ottawa. We have Philly-Pittsburgh. We have Boston and Buffalo. And we have Montreal and Tampa Bay. Over in the West...
All good series.
Yes. Over in the West, we have a slightly different story.
Yeah.
Minnesota-Dallas. Then you have Colorado-LA. And then you have Utah and Vegas. And then you have Anaheim and Edmonton. So, that's your series. Let's give it a little breakdown. First series out of the East, Carolina versus Ottawa. Carolina has a special place in my heart for me not liking them a whole lot, especially after last year. They had a pretty good year this year. They were second this season in goals per game at 3.55, which is really good. Mm-hmm. And they were fourth in the power play percentage this year, 24.9%, which is, pretty good for a team that likes to fight a lot of people. They're a very aggressive offense, and they are aiming to outscore opponents. And on the other side of the ice, you have Frederik Andersen, who is a phenomenal goalkeeper, and he has the 5th best goals allowed this year. And I believe it's under a 2.2, which is very good for a goalie. And Frederik Andersen is no exception to a great goalie. So I think Carolina, all around, has a much better team than Ottawa does. I have Carolina winning in 5 games.
5?
Yes.
Okay. I know a lot of people said this might be the best series in...
I don't think so. I think it's high-key fraudulent. I think just Carolina is just a way better, well-rounded team than Ottawa is. I don't like Carolina, but I want to see them get bounced in the second round.
Yeah.
So I'm going on.
You can give them their flowers.
I'll give them some
even if we
flowers.
Don't like them.
Yeah, I'll give them some flowers, like a Venus flytrap or something. I'll give them a flower. I have Carolina winning in 5.
Yeah.
Well, 4-1, but in 5 games.
Yeah.
Second series, Philly versus Pittsburgh. I could not think of a worse hockey series to watch in the playoffs and analyze than Philly-Pittsburgh, but here we are, Battle of Pennsylvania.
I can't think of 2 worse cities to analyze.
Split right down the middle. Pittsburgh this year is 3rd in goals per game at 3.54, led by Crosby and friends. They're having, a little cakewalk through life right now. They're on cloud 9, whatever. Philly, I think, gets outmatched in this series just because Philly was kind of one of those teams that was fighting with the Caps for the last spot. And honestly, a Washington-Pittsburgh series would have been much better than a Philly-Pittsburgh series, but who am I to judge? I'm on the outside looking in.
Everything Philly is worse. So
yeah, except for the cheesesteaks. The cheesesteaks are pretty good.
I was just talking with somebody about this last week, and they said they went to Philly, was really disappointed by the cheesesteaks.
It was probably all the homeless people. This year, Philly has one hope to come away with this series, and that is Dan Vladar, who is their goalie, who is 3rd in goals allowed this year at 2.42. So he's having a phenomenal year, despite Philly wanting to, again, same with Carolina, fight everybody this year. So I think Pittsburgh has more playoff experience and talent than Philly does. I think Pittsburgh wins, but it goes to 7.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So you think this one is going to be much closer than the Ottawa series?
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe a hot take, but stuff it. Third series out of the East. You have Boston and Buffalo. Buffalo firing on all cylinders this year, having a completely 180 of just the last 40 years of hockey for Buffalo. Fifth in goals per game at 3.45, which is like a crazy high for only being fifth, right? Third in save percentage at a .907 for their 3 goalie rotation that they have up there.
I wish.
Wouldn't it be nice to have a 3 goalie rotation that averages a .907? That'd be great. Or just 2 goalies.
That's just like 3 Logan Thompsons right there.
Would be amazing. One could only dream.
Yeah.
Boston is second in penalty minutes. Second in penalty minutes at 978 penalty minutes. I said that the other 2 series, those teams like to fight. These guys can't stay out of the freaking box. These guys are just throwing. They're pissing wins down the toilet this year with their power play. So, whatever. They like to hit people.
Can you even imagine how good they'd be if they weren't in the box all the time?
I bet they like to imagine themselves in the box. They have they're going to have a really big problem when they're going to have, 3 power plays against per game this series, and Pittsburgh, who has converted at most, or are one of the highest converting teams on the power play. It's not going to bode well for them. I have Buffalo winning in 6.
Okay.
I think Buffalo is definitely going to need it. Maybe one thing could go right for Buffalo, and it could be hockey. So, what's even a Josh Allen? Last series out of the East.
Don't bring him up.
Last series out of the East, you have Montreal versus Tampa Bay. Both teams are top 5 in penalty minutes, and this series is going to be decided on the power play. That's the deciding factor. Everything else is right there in all stats. The only thing that's going to be different is who gets more power play goals.
Yeah.
And Montreal has been better on the power play this year by a significant margin than Tampa Bay. And both teams are also averaging over 3 goals a game. So
they're lighting it up.
They're lighting it up. I have Montreal winning in 6. Shout out my boss for liking the Canadians and him being Canadian.
My uncle likes the Canadians.
Is he Canadian?
No.
Traitor. Yeah. So, and also in that Tampa Bay series, shout out to Vasilevsky for being, in my opinion, the best all-around goalie in the league this year.
I mean, he has been for years.
Yeah, I mean, he's had a crazy... The only other... I'll talk about it later, but there's another goalie I would put in that echelon for this year, too. But, I mean, Vasilevsky has been amazing this year. I'm pretty sure he's top 3 in all goalie stats this year. Mm-hmm. Except for wins. I think he's at 5, and I think that's just because he had less starts. I think he had, 31 wins, which put him at, 6 on the year, or 6th in position. Yeah. But Vasilevsky, great season, buddy. Mm-hmm. It's a shame that the Canadians are going to score a bunch of goals on you, but you had a great year. Going to the West, first series, Minnesota, Dallas. 2 elite goalies in Wallstead and Altinger. I think I have it going for 7 games. Oh. I'm going to have it going for 7 games. This is going to be a defensive battle, back and forth. It's going to be a movie, essentially, for those who like great goalie plays. You love watching Logan Thompson dive all over the ice. Now you have 2 Logan Thompsons doing that for 60 minutes. Yeah. It's going to be great. I give the edge to Dallas just because they've had a lot more experience in goal scoring this year. Who's to say what's going to happen in the playoffs? But I have Dallas winning in 7 games.
That's a close series, I feel like.
It's going to be a close one, I think.
I mean... Dallas definitely has the forward to get it done, though. Mm-hmm. So I think I'd agree with you as well.
Yeah, Dallas in 7.
Just in case you need my stamp of approval.
Yeah. There you go. Thanks. Second series, Colorado versus LA. This one is going to be a dumpster fire. I hate the Kings, and I couldn't say enough good things about Colorado this year. Colorado has been the best team in hockey this year.
By far.
And it's not even been close. They led the league in just about every category you want a 1 seed to lead in. Wedgwood, their goalie, has been phenomenal and leads the league in goals against and save percentage.
Wedgwood.
So Wedgwood, Vasilevsky, 2 best goalies in the entire league this year. And it's by a good margin. Also, a little fun fact, Colorado has 8 of the top 16 players in plus-minus this year. One team has 8 players in the top 16. There's 30 teams. That's a phenomenal roster right there. And I think they had like 121 points this year at the end of the season.
Yeah, something like that.
Something ridiculous like that. I have Colorado winning in 4. They're going to sweep them, I think.
4?
Yeah.
I think I'd go 5 just because LA did have a pretty solid year. And they definitely have a good roster. But, again, they're also kind of one of those teams that, if they had gone up against somebody else, I think it'd be a very much closer series.
It would be much better.
But because Colorado's Colorado,
yeah, they've just had a phenomenal year, and I see it, transferring over into the playoffs.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I have them sweeping them. You have them in 5. Third game out of the West, Utah versus Vegas. This is the game that I care the least about. In my opinion, just, 2, expansion teams that are of the last, 8 years, they're all just out the gate doing super well.
I wonder why.
Gag me with a spoon. They've been slightly above average this year, and the only reason that these two teams are in the playoffs is because they're in the West.
Yeah.
And I will stand on that. Both of these teams had less wins than the Caps. But they're going at it in the playoffs. I don't have much to say about the series. Both the rosters are pretty even. I'm going to say Vegas in 7, just because I think, they have a lot more playoff experience.
Yeah.
I think that they can get it done in 7 games.
I'd go 6.
You go 6?
Yeah.
So 6, 7? All right. And
have you ever tried to shove this microphone down your throat?
I think you've tried to do that to me before. Last game out of the West, Anaheim versus Edmonton. The only thing I could say about this series, other than Anaheim having a slightly above average year this year, is Edmonton having the best player in hockey.
Yeah.
Which is in being Connor McDavid. He's been the best player in the league for the last few years.
Yeah.
He's on his way to being one of the next GOATs, in my opinion.
Yeah.
He led the league this year in points and assists. So we're already putting up those 2/3 of Wayne Gretzky numbers right there.
Yeah. And he's an Oiler.
So he's going to be one of the next GOATs in my opinion. I have Edmonton winning in 5.
5? Yeah, I could do that. If not 5, then 6. But
yeah,
I think 5.
I think 5 is solid. So to run it back through one more time.
Yeah.
Out of the East, Carolina, Ottawa. I have Carolina winning in 4.
You want me to give mine as well with you? Or
Yeah.
do you want to?
So Carolina in 4.
Carolina versus Ottawa. I'd say Carolina in 5.
Carolina in 5. All right. Pittsburgh, Philly. I have Pittsburgh in 7.
Pittsburgh in 6.
Okay. Did I do this in the right order? Yes, I did. Third series, Boston, Buffalo. I have Buffalo winning in 6.
I have the same.
Okay. And then last series out of the East, Montreal, Tampa Bay. I have Montreal winning in 6.
So do I.
All right. In the West, Minnesota, Dallas. I have Dallas winning in 7.
I have... This one's close.
Are you going to flip on me?
No, I think I have Dallas as well. It's just one of those series that I think is going to be the best one of the first round.
Yeah.
So I'll also go Dallas in 7.
All right. Colorado, LA. Colorado in 4.
Yeah, Colorado in 4.
Utah, Vegas. Vegas in 7.
Vegas in 6.
Vegas in 6. Anaheim, Edmonton in 5.
Edmonton in 5.
All right. There's your little hockey breakdown, guys. That'll get us through the first round. I hope that all the teams that I don't like have a power outage and they can't play hockey and they're forced to forfeit. That's my unprofessional opinion.
Yeah, they definitely wouldn't reschedule or anything.
No. They could never. They don't know how. Anyways, I'll shut my trap. We
Alrighty.
have Benny going over the next half of our episode. What you got, Benny?
God. So I know we've spoken about this before. We're going to be doing a mock draft. Really, I'm going to be doing a mock draft.
Mm-hmm.
But Keenan is going to give his commentary on my picks. And
Just what I do.
yeah. So I'm just going to go through, and just a disclaimer on this. My picks for the mock draft are going to be what I think the team's best choice would be.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be what I think they will do.
Yeah, no opinion bias whatsoever.
No, it's going to be what I think the best fit for each team is. Because I know there's certain... I've been binge listening / binge watching way too much NFL mock draft, NFL insider shit on ESPN, that type of stuff. And I know there's a lot of people that are like, oh, from what I've heard, this team wants this player. And I'm like, why?
Why?
That makes no sense whatsoever.
Explain. Show your work.
So these are going to be my picks. So at number 1, the Las Vegas Raiders are going to select Fernando Mendoza.
If they don't, I don't know what's going to go on with them anymore.
It's pretty much the easiest, just chalk pick of the draft.
Yeah.
I mean, they haven't kept it a secret since December that this is what they're going to do. So, and that playoff run that Fernando went on really just solidified it.
Yeah.
So, Fernando won to the Raiders.
Yep.
Number 2, the New York Jets, I have selecting Arvel Reese. I know a lot of insiders have been mocking David Bailey to New York. Their reasoning behind it is because they need edge pressure, and David Bailey is the best edge rusher in the draft.
Yeah.
However, I do think New York needs a lot.
Yeah.
Not just on defense, on offense, really everywhere on the team they need a lot. And if you're at that stage as a team, I think you need the most versatile player that you can get.
Yeah.
And Arvel is that. He played a lot of outside linebacker at Ohio State. He played a lot of edge at Ohio State. So he went into the draft saying he wants to play edge. The main reason for that being that's where the money is.
Yeah.
So you don't get paid at outside linebacker like you do edge.
Yeah.
So
thanks,
I think
Myles Garrett.
Yeah. I think you should get paid, or I think that they should take Arvel Reese.
Yeah.
Number 3, the Arizona Cardinals, I have selecting Francis Mauigoa.
Interesting. Okay.
Yes. And this is also more of a projection pick for me. The Cardinals this year, I think the whole point of the year is kind of going to be, who do we have?
Yeah.
Who are we going to be keeping for the future? Who are we not really trying to invest that much into? 2027 QB class, loaded. They know their quarterbacks on their roster right now are Gardner Minshew and Jacoby Brissett. Obviously, it's not a future.
We're not winning any Super Bowls with this team.
No. So I think you take the best tackle in the draft, you get him NFL game ready for a year. By the time that 21, 22-year-old comes in next year, he's ready to play behind that line. So that would be the reason for my pick.
Okay, I like it.
4, I have the Tennessee Titans taking Jeremiah Love. I think there are players on the board that would also make sense for them. A David Bailey would make sense for them. Really any of the defensive players at this point. But they did spend a lot in free agency, a lot of it being on the defense. So I think that in order for them to get any better, they need to make sure that they're setting Cam Ward up for success.
Yeah.
And you're not going to do that with your wide receiver 1 being Calvin Ridley and your RB1 being Tony Pollard.
Yeah.
So you need to take one, and I think the best offensive weapon in this draft, Jeremiah Love. So
I like it. I mean, Tennessee is in a position where now they're just counting down the years for Cam Ward.
Yeah.
Like, they're wasting him away if they're not going to help him.
Exactly.
So they need to give him the most help they can.
Yeah.
And, I mean, Love's definitely going to do that. Love's a freaking unit. So
yeah. So Titan taking Jeremiah Love. 5, we've got the Giants. Now, they just made their trade. They traded away Dexter Lawrence essentially straight up for the 10th pick from the Cincinnati Bengals, which means the Giants now have the 5th pick and the 10th pick. First time, you were telling me earlier, first time that's happened since Kayvon Thibodeau and Evan Neal.
yeah.
Crazy. Did not work out for them, by the way.
Yeah.
Let's
pray for 2.
let's hope for 2. But it's one of those things where, you know, they're at kind of a balance of riches at this point.
Yeah.
So if they don't take one player, oh no, they'll still have the 10th pick.
Yeah.
So they'll be fine. But in this situation, I'm thinking, what do they need? the first thing that comes to my mind is their wide receiver 2 right now is Darius Slayton. If you want an NFL offense that's going to be able to succeed, that's not going to be it.
No.
So they need a wide receiver. You got Dart in there. He's a young, developing quarterback. You need to get him targets.
Mm-hmm.
You need to get him guys to throw to. So
that don't have one ACL.
Yeah.
Or are 30 years old.
Obviously, Malik Neighbors is going to be fantastic when he's back.
Yeah.
But that wide receiver room is
in shambles.
In shambles right now.
It's like the dog standing in the house and it's on fire.
Yeah.
It's like everything's fine.
Everything fine.
Yeah, that was Evan Neal when he got drafted.
But I do have the New York Giants taking Carnell Tate. I think he's
Yeah.
the best wide receiver in this draft by a good margin. I think Jordan Tyson could have been wide receiver 1, but with that injury history, doesn't look good. Number 6, I have the Cleveland Browns taking Spencer Fano. Browns, also another team. They're kind of just rebuilding. Rebuilding for the 20th time in 25 years.
Yeah.
But they need tackles. Obviously, their offensive line kind of fell apart in the offseason. They did a relatively good job of putting it together like on the fly, but I think they're realizing we definitely need some young pieces on the line.
Yeah.
So, first pick, Spencer Fano. If Shadur is going to have any sort of success this year,
or Gabriel. No, it's
anyways, they're gonna need to protect him.
I still can't believe they did that.
What?
I know I'm sidebarring. I still can't believe they took both of those quarterbacks.
I can't believe it either.
I can't believe at one point they had 6 quarterbacks on their roster.
Yeah, and
then they thinned it out to 3, and Joe Flacco was one of them.
So bad.
If Phillip can do it, he can do it.
It's awful. Yeah. And friggin' Deshaun's still on the roster making $200 million.
He's making masseuse money.
But yeah, Spencer Fano to the Browns. 7, the Washington Commanders. I wonder if I'm invested in this pick or not.
Which hasn't affected any of the previous picks.
No, it hasn't.
We have integrity here.
It hasn't. It has not.
We just like this one a lot more than the others.
Yes. If it was up to me, I would have given the Giants
I would have drafted every person in the first round.
I would have drafted a 7th round pick to the Giants. But 7, I have the Washington Commanders selecting Caleb Downs.
Yes! That's going to be my New Jersey.
I think there's... And I was talking with you about this beforehand. I reached the point in this mock draft where I got to 7, and Washington on the board still had Caleb Downs, David Bailey, Sonny Styles. They had 4 or 5 guys to choose from.
Ruben Bain.
And Ruben Bain. And I noticed how you went Ruben Bain.
Yeah, little T-Rex arms. Sorry, Ruben. He'd probably kill me.
Yeah. Well.
Oh, he went to Miami, so.
Well, he also had that car accident issue, so.
Hey, Brian Robinson got shot. He still plays football.
Yeah, well, Ruben Bain killed someone driving a car, so not a great look.
Yeah.
But
it's sorry, I'm sidebarring a lot, but I like to have discourse and conversation. Did you ever see that clip of Pat Bev on that one podcast when they were talking about greatest people from the 90s of all time? He's like, oh yeah, I put Karl Malone up there, top 3.
Where would you put Karl Malone on your list? Oh, he's top 20 for sure.
Yeah.
He's top 20. Wow, even with his off the court stuff? No, I haven't heard any of his off court stuff.
I don't really know him off the court
he got a 13-year-old pregnant.
Yeah, so I have Oscar Robertson, and it was actually insane.
You need a 30-second? Nah, full.
A 13? Okay, I'm done.
Was he 16 when he got it? No, he was 20.
Anyways, sorry. Back to your regularly scheduled program.
Over. I think the Commanders' 2 needs right now are secondary and wide receiver.
For sure.
I think they need both of those positions, but since Carnell Tate went off the board at 5, I'm personally am not taking Mekhi Lemon or Jordan Tyson at 7.
No.
So you gotta go to secondary at that point, and it's either Caleb Downs, Mansour Delane, Sonny Styles. And honestly, I need a prospect that's going to hit, one that's going to be successful at whatever position they play.
One that has like the highest floor
Yes.
out of any of them.
And I think it's 100% Caleb Downs.
It's got to be. It's got to be. Like if that projection happens and we have those options, I would really hope that our front office takes Caleb Downs.
Yeah.
I would really hope. I'm like crossing my fingers and my toes.
Like freaky.
Okay, stop thinking about my feet, all right? Let's continue.
Anyways, at 8, I have the New Orleans Saints taking David Bailey.
It's going to be so big for them.
It's going to be fantastic for him. Obviously, they just had the departure of Cam Jordan from the team, been on the team for 15 years. Just recently, this past year, I believe he had 11 sacks. The guy's freaking 35 years old, and he's still getting double-digit sacks.
Yeah, but then again, he did play, 6 games in the NFC South. So you're telling me he sacked Michael Penix like 11 times? I would believe that.
Yeah. So, I mean, the fact that the Saints are at 8 and they're sitting there thinking, okay, I wonder who's going to be there at this point, and the best edge rusher in the draft just falls into their lap.
Yeah.
They got to do it.
Why not take it, right?
Moving on, number 9, I have the Kansas City Chiefs taking Mansour Delane out of LSU.
They're going to make him so good.
They are. With the departure of literally their entire cornerback room going to the DB room in Los Angeles, they now have to get another cornerback, and obviously they're going to get another young cornerback in the draft. They're going to develop him, and then they're going to trade him away again. But for the time being, he'll probably go to Kansas City and be an All-Pro.
Yeah, he'll probably be in the playoffs his first year too.
Yeah, so nothing crazy.
Yeah.
But with their second pick in the top 10, the New York Giants select Sonny Styles.
Oh.
It breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. It's unfortunate. The Ohio State guys end up in the Big Apple. After taking Carnell at 5, they dip back into the Ohio State pool and they grab
Sonny,
the most athletic freak I've ever seen.
This is why the combine matters.
Yeah.
This is the combine can change
the combine zone.
They can change people's lives and
yeah.
people's careers. Like there is so much money invested in rounds of the draft that your draft stock, when you show up to the combine, can change by hundreds of thousands of dollars. Millions of dollars on your draft day.
Well, because Sonny Styles, at the beginning of the process, they were putting him anywhere between like that probably 18 to 12 range. And I've seen mock drafts lately with him going as high as 3.
Yeah.
Like, it's...
And it's because of the combine.
Yeah.
That the prospects were able to pop off. So they're going to be... Our division's going to be one of the best divisions in football again.
We'll see. How the Cowboys can play. And the Eagles. But, moving on. Number 11, the Miami Dolphins. Now, the Miami Dolphins are in an interesting spot because they are aware they're in a rebuild. Kind of an odd move signing Malik Willis to a $68 million extension or $68 million contract. So you sign a new quarterback, see how he does, but your team is very obviously in a full rebuild. They have 7 picks in the top 100.
Wow.
So they're making it work really well, considering that the amount of draft capital they have going into this year. They need a lot, but obviously they did trade away Jalen Waddle. I think they have to take a wide receiver early in order for it to make sense for them.
Yeah.
So at number 11, I have the Dolphins selecting Jordan Tyson. I think it's a great pick for them. I think that he has best receiver in the class potential, but just because of his injuries, he got knocked down a peg. Now, I think he goes to the Dolphins. He's immediately wide receiver 1.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, when you're trying to compete down there with Malik Washington. Sorry, not Parker Washington.
Yeah, Parker's in Jacksonville.
Yeah, the other Florida Washington.
Don't forget about Tutu Atwell.
Who? No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. That was disrespectful.
Don't.
Isn't he a Super Bowl champion?
He is.
I cannot believe.
Actually,
that.
no, he's not. A Super Bowl.
Was he not on the team?
I think he was drafted after the 21 Super Bowl.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Number 12, Dallas Cowboys. They select Jermon McCoy.
They select the bird flu, and and Jared Jones dies.
Obviously, they have picks 12 and the 20th pick coming from Green Bay from the Micah trade. In my opinion, they should use both on the defense. Just to
having the worst defense in the league doesn't really help when you have the best offense in the league. So
Jermon McCoy is a great pick here. He might have also gone cornerback 1 this year, if not for his injury last year. Now, of course, Tennessee was pretty much not going to be in the playoff until for a while.
Yeah.
So most likely what happened is he was healthy, but obviously he didn't want to ruin his draft stock and get further injured, so he just sat out the rest of the year.
Yeah.
But I do have Dallas taking Jermon McCoy.
All right.
13, the Rams. I have the Rams taking Mekhi Lemon, wide receiver out of USC.
Yeah.
With Puka's status up in the air, Devontae, getting older, getting a bit more injury prone. They need to get younger at the position.
Yeah.
I mean, Mekhi Lemon's fantastic. He has the best hands in the entire draft, in my opinion. So I think this is a really good pick for them. I think Stafford's going to be the one to sort of unlock his game.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if he gets if he goes to LA. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets Offensive Rookie of the Year looks.
Yeah,
because it's a great system for him. At 14, I do have the Rams. They need O-line. They need interior O-line. Sorry. 14, I have the Ravens. They need interior O-line.
Yes,
They need guards. Obviously, they still need a center.
Yeah.
But I do have them taking Oliva Vega Ione. Sorry if I just butchered that, guys. I tried saying it like 3 times.
He's trying.
I'm doing my best. But this is the best offensive guard in the class, and it does seem sort of like a Baltimore pick to me, the way that he played at Penn State. So I like Lamar being protected by him because he's very mobile, very athletic. So, obviously the Ravens are a run-first team, so they need those guards that are able to really block and push those defenders outwards for the inward runs. But that is my pick.
All right.
Almost done with the first half, guys.
Hang in there, guys.
Hang in there. 15. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers select Ruben Bain.
Yeah.
He dropped a little bit. It's more
those short arms.
He was reaching for the top, but he couldn't get there.
He could only grab 15.
Tampa needs edge pressure, very much so. And them seeing Ruben Bain on the board would make them run up to the podium. So I think if he does fall this far, Tampa Bay would be the immediate team to just come in and snatch him up.
Yeah.
At 16, the New York Jets select Omar Cooper Jr., the wide receiver out of Indiana, Fernando's target.
That's going to be a good little section they got going on up there.
Yeah. I mean, they view him as a perfect Garrett Wilson complement. He's 6 foot, 203 pounds, fantastic route runner. Obviously, like I said, he was Fernando's favorite target up there at Indiana. So I do think that the Jets are another one of those teams that need a lot. So if you can just start building that wide receiver core up a little, obviously you still have Adonai Mitchell, you have Garrett Wilson. Now with Omar Cooper, I think will be a great wide receiver too to pair with him.
Yeah.
So we'll see. At number 17, I have the Detroit Lions taking Monroe Freeling, the offensive tackle out of Georgia. I didn't even hear about this guy until the draft process began.
Yeah.
He was another combine guy that did really well at it and just started shooting up boards.
Yeah.
But 6'7", 315 pounds, and he's got a 7-foot wingspan. He's known for being like a very athletic guy.
A pterodactyl.
He's huge, but he can just move around like a running back.
Yeah.
And obviously, Detroit needs O-line if they want Jared Goff to succeed and Jahmyr Gibbs to do well.
Yeah.
And
I mean, you're going to make Jahmyr Gibbs the primary back.
with Monty gone.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, why not get an O-line?
And this guy's like the definition of a Dan Campbell dude.
Yeah.
So I
Just
love
big, fast, dumb, tall.
You're sounding dumb and tall right now.
I'm kidding. He's not dumb. I mean, shit, he graduated college, so good for him.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
Wait, where did he go?
Georgia.
Anyways.
18, I have the Minnesota Vikings selecting Dylan Thieneman, safety out of Oregon.
Go Ducks.
There's a lot of drafts where you see a guy being like a perfect fit for a team, and sometimes I see it and I'm like, I don't know if that's a perfect fit per se, but this, perfect fit.
Perfect.
Minnesota needs a replacement for Harrison Smith, and Dylan Thieneman is exactly what they need him to be. He's incredibly patient. He's excellent in coverage. So
He's white. It's like the perfect replacement.
what would be the... I can't even talk right now.
Guys, it's almost 1 a.m. Bear with us here.
You know the Basement Yard podcast where they have the phone on the wall and then he just goes, ah! That's me right now.
I love how we're like meta referencing another podcast while we're recording a podcast. That's so meta of us. Anyways, Vikes.
Vikings, Dylan Thieneman.
Yeah.
19, the Panthers select Caleb Lomu, offensive tackle, Utah.
Oh, I mean, they definitely need another tackle. So.
I mean, Bryce obviously needs as much protection as possible, and their right tackle went down in the playoffs last season, so they really need to be able to protect him, considering his size, considering how mobile he can be.
Yeah.
I think offensive line is also one of those positions that you can never have enough of it.
Right.
So even when Ekwonu comes back next season, they're still going to need him.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So 6'6", 315, fantastic blocker. Can't ask for
Let's hope he stays healthy.
a better pick. Pick 20. I have the Cowboys selecting Emmanuel McNeil-Warren out of Toledo.
Ah,
Safety.
nice.
He is...
Get Trayvon out of there. Nobody likes him.
Trayvon's not there anymore.
He's out of there. Get him the fuck out.
Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, 6'3", 210 pounds. Big safety. Great at tackling.
Ben loves big guys.
I love big guys.
Clip it.
Dallas, like I said, obviously needs secondary. And with no really notable linebackers on the board right now, you still have your C.J. Allens, your Jacob Rodriguez. I'm not taking a Jacob Rodriguez at 20. So I think this is the best pick for them. 21, the Steelers. I'm not going to lie, I really struggled with this pick because I looked at their team and I'm like...
Yeah.
Mid.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do.
Yeah. Just habitual 9-8.
I was like, wide receiver, but they just traded for Pittman.
Yeah.
Running back, they just signed Dowdle.
Yeah.
Tight end, they have 3 of them that are solid.
One of them's 300 pounds.
Yeah. One of them,
Darnell Washington.
what is he, 6'8"?
Yeah.
310 or something like that. On the defense, it's a good defense. The edges are good. The linebackers are solid.
It's just a very slightly above average team.
Yeah.
It's the only thing you can do at this point is just improve backup players.
The thing that I did was I improved the O-line.
There you go.
Because I was thinking if A-Rod returns, they need somebody to make sure that fossil doesn't turn to dust at some point.
Just kidding. Taking Diego Pavia.
I'm going to go Carson Beck at 21. No, I have the Steelers taking Caden Proctor out of Alabama.
Nice.
I don't know what's in the water of this tackle class, but everyone's massive.
Yeah.
Caden Proctor is 6'7", 350 pounds.
Dude, it's like as the years go on, people just get bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
It's just like, and it's not even because they're fat. It's like because we're evolving as humans.
Yeah.
And we need to grow bigger and bigger to reach those things.
Evolution.
Yeah, if we can evolve to have an average height of 6 foot, women would stop bitching at us. Right now, the average height is 5'8", so
He knows that because he is there.
I'm slightly above average. So that's what they're saying.
Well, you're way above average because you're 6'5", right?
Yeah, 6'5", 230. I'm lean. I'm a lean.
Lean 230.
I'm a
over
lean,
here.
clean, mogging machine. Anyways.
Oh, God. 22, Los Angeles Chargers. I have them taking Peter Woods, the D tackle out of Clemson.
Ah, yeah.
Harbaugh is 100% like guys in the trenches. That's what you need to make a good football team. And it's worked for him his entire career, so I'm never going to question him.
Until he got to San Diego.
Well,
but
L.A.
Oh, sorry. Oh, God.
But I think D tackle pick here would be great. I was going to go either edge or O-line,
Yeah.
but I think the best linemen and edges are off the board for a while at this point, so I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
23, the Philadelphia Eagles. I have them taking Akeem Mesidor out of Miami, the edge partner to Ruben Bain. This guy...
He's going to be so good, too.
He probably will be. He is 25 right now, so...
He's old.
He's old.
There's no... man.
But
I don't
also,
see Philly biting on an old guy.
The reason why I sent him to Philly, not only because I hate him, but because...
There's supposed to be no bias.
But because Philly is somehow... Like, their team is not old, but they're in a win-now window.
Yeah.
Like, if they don't go on a playoff run this year, I think Sirianni's out. Mm-hmm. If A.J. Brown...
Sirianni should have been out, in my opinion. But as a Commanders fan, keep him for as long as you want.
Keep him forever. So I think he's going to be an immediate impact guy off of the edge. Mm-hmm. So I think if you slot him into that team, it would be different as opposed to like if you did it in Arizona or something like that. So I think it's a good fit there.
Yeah.
24, you got the Browns picking again. Obviously, we went offensive tackle first pick. So the second one, I'm going to go with a weapon for Shedeur. I'm going to go Denzel Boston out of Washington. I think it's a good pick because obviously, like I said, Shedeur needs weapons in order to succeed. Right now, you got Jerry Jeudy. You got Harold Fannin. Quinshon Judkins out of the backfield. Other than that, not a ton. So
not Jerome Ford. He's in the burgundy and gold.
Now the actual burgundy and gold.
Mm-hmm.
25, the Chicago Bears. I have them taking Keldrick Falk, edge rusher out of Ashburn.
Jesus.
Edge rusher out of Auburn.
Auburn.
Obviously, I think the Bears realize that they need to generate more edge pressure after last year in the playoff run. They did not do that a lot. So I would have gone cornerback, honestly, because it wasn't very good last year. But they did sign Kobe Bryant from the Seahawks.
Yeah.
So great pickup. Improved.
Phenomenal basketball player.
Anyways, 26. Buffalo.
Yes.
I have them taking Casey Concepcion, the wide receiver out of Texas A&M.
Oh. Another late first-round wide receiver.
Yes.
Hopefully he plays more than the other one.
But he's not the same archetype as Keon Coleman. Keon Coleman, obviously, 6'4", vertical threat, big guy.
Yeah.
Casey Concepcion, 5'11", speed guy. So, like, when they should have taken Xavier Worthy, now they're just going to take Casey Concepcion.
Yeah.
Not as good, in my opinion, but still has a lot of promise. Big downfield threat guy. So,
use that big Josh arm. Use that big Josh arm.
Exactly. So, Dalton Kincaid for the short catches, Casey for the long ones.
Josh Allen for everything else.
Yeah. Hey,
Haley's
James Cook for the touchdowns.
and Haley Seinfeld for B.
27. I have the 49ers taking Max Ianachor out of Arizona State, I believe. Obviously, the Niners, Trent Williams is not going to play forever. They need to upgrade their line. They've had many injuries on it over the years, so they need to beef it up a little bit. And I think that he would be the next best selection. 28. This might actually be one of my favorite picks of the first round. I have the Houston Texans at 28 taking Kenyon Sadiq, the tight end out of Oregon.
Oh, okay. All right.
I was thinking about this. I had him available this late, and obviously the Texans don't need defense. They are well stacked at that.
They are very good at defense.
Their wide receiver room could use a little bit of help, but obviously at this point in the draft, I don't want to give them just like a second-round projected wide receiver. So I thought to myself, their tight end is Dalton Schultz.
Mm-hmm.
We can upgrade that.
Yeah.
Let's give him a weapon. Kenyon Sadiq is, I think, 6'4", 240.
Mm-hmm.
Ran the 40 in 4.39 second. Fast, big, good hands.
They just threw tight end on a wide receiver and called it a day.
Pretty much, yeah. So
Kyle Pitts, anybody? Kyle Pitts?
Let's give CJ another weapon. If he can't succeed, he's done.
Yeah. I mean, he's already on the fraudulent train.
Yeah.
So if he can't get his act together next year, I mean, they're going to have to start looking elsewhere.
Yeah. So we'll see. 29, the Chiefs picking again. They take Blake Miller.
When did they get 2 first-round picks?
Because they got it for Trent McDuffie.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay.
But they got the later one. So the Rams still kept their 13th pick, but they gave them their 29.
Okay, I got
you. The Chiefs take Blake Miller out of Clemson, the O-lineman. Again.
Can't have enough linemen. And honestly, who knows what's going on with Josh Simmons on the Chiefs. He was out for personal reasons a lot last year, so they are probably monitoring that. So they want a backup plan. Yeah, sure.
Number 30, you got the Dolphins picking again from the Jalen Waddle trade with the Broncos. And I do have them taking Colton Hood, the other cornerback out of Tennessee. I originally was going to have them take Jermon McCoy, the better Tennessee cornerback in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I wanted to give them Jordan Tyson early. So I went Colton Hood with this last one. 31, Super Bowl losers, Patriots. Taking Zion Young, the edge out of Missouri.
I mean, they're going to need that gap filled, so.
Yeah, he's great against the run, which is exactly what they need. He's a little bit raw in terms of pass rushing, but I think he does have a lot of potential with that. Thank God we're getting to the end of this. My nose is going off right now.
It's okay, you got this. Power through.
I can do it.
Power through.
32, Seattle Seahawks.
Super Bowl champions. I
do have them taking Avion Terrell, brother of A.J. Terrell. Also a cornerback, played at Clemson. He's fantastic at forcing fumbles, which is exactly what that secondary needs. More playmakers.
Yeah. I mean, they did get rid of a few in the offseason.
They did, yeah. But I think that's a great replacement for Kobe Bryant. And I hope that it works out for them.
Yeah.
If that's what happens. So that's the end of my mock. That was a long time.
Yes.
I am surprised I'm still living right now.
You look a little rough, but luckily that's the end of the episode.
Thank God.
Yeah, we don't have to talk anymore. Unless you want to.
I always want to.
But anyway, guys, that was our thick episode. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying the playoffs as much as we are. I hope you guys are losing as much money as we are. And if you're not old enough to gamble, I didn't say that. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you guys next week.
Thank you for watching, guys. Peace out.